So, in today's episode of Random Shit You Find Out in the Wild, the Halloween edition, a fellow Michael Myers costume mask enthusiast fan has found something extremely cool at a thrift store about 50 minutes out of LA. I had people messaging me last night about this, and then the man himself messaged me about it. Now, fellow collector Joseph Ferguson, who also does a fucking incredible Corey Cunningham cosplay, as you can see right here, him posing with Melissa Barrera, was at a thrift store in Simi Valley, again, just under an hour out of LA, dropping off some clothes when something or some things caught his eye. He looked over to the clothing rack, the male clothing rack. Vocab. He saw a pair of coveralls that looked oddly familiar, along with some police jackets that also looked oddly familiar. He went up to them, had a look at them. He saw some handwritten tags that said soot, ash, and also a tag on one of the police jackets that read Mob Rules. Now, for those who don't know, Mob Rules is the working title for Halloween Kills. And then for Halloween Ends, it was Cave Dweller. Working on a hunch, Joseph grabbed all these pieces and bought them. What he has are some screen-used Halloween 2018 and Halloween Kills costume pieces that were just sitting in a thrift store. And I want to talk about it. This is incredible. This stuff never happens. This is stuff you dream of finding out in the wild. It's like trying to find a Case XX P210 tomato knife. Now, for those who don't know what that knife is, those are the knives that they used on the original Freddy Krueger glove from A Nightmare on Elm Street 1 and 2. And some people just happen to find them out in the wild, out in thrift stores, out in vintage shops, mostly in the States. But to find screen-used Halloween costumes, that is another level. Now, I've asked Joseph for his blessing to cover this. He said that's fine. So a massive thank you, man. And again, please check out his Instagram. He does some incredible Myers cosplays, whether it be the OG right up to Corey Cunningham from Halloween Ends. Now, the actual thrift store that he found these pieces at was Hope of the Valley in Simi Valley. Again, just under an hour out of the main hub, the main CBD of LA. We're talking like the Chinese theater. And it's one of those things where you'd think you'd find this at a thrift store in LA. Case in point, it's a wrap. I've been there before. That's mostly pre-owned movie costume, stuff like that. It's mostly background stuff, but now and then you find some amazing gems in there. And again, I've been in there. There's some pretty cool stuff that's very niche that you wouldn't think to see. But again, it's mostly background stuff, but you never know what you're going to find. And in this case, Joseph has struck absolute gold because one particular pair of coveralls that he has found at this thrift store are the coveralls that were used in the alternate ending for Halloween 2018 when Laurie and Michael go at it with a knife fight and Michael supposedly gets mortally wounded, goes off into the forest where the mannequins are, bleeds out and dies. Not only that, Karen shoots him in the back with a crossbow. Now you look at these coveralls here and they match up to this behind the scenes shot of James Stu Courtney in his Myers costume when they were filming that alternate ending. Not only that, you can see where the crossbow has gone in on the back of the coveralls. And I love that you can also see the Velcro on the inside of the collar that helps adhere it to the mask and keep everything upright and keep the collar popped when James Stu Courtney is in his costume. Now, you also may be thinking, hey, they're just really good replicas. Someone's just weathered them and then just donated them. Joseph has actually reached out to one of the costumers that has worked on the David Gordon Green Halloween trilogy. I'm just going to show the message, but she's confirmed it. She goes, that's my actual handwriting. I remember that. And then, of course, with the Mob Rules tag means that it was used in Halloween Kills for those particular police jackets. Probably the hospital sequence with the mob and all that, which is pretty cool. But going back to the coveralls, there's also pairs with test pieces like soot and oil and smoke damage and stuff like that, which is really cool. They're trying to test out how the burnt look of the coveralls is going to look. And again, these are the work right coveralls. I have a pair of them, which is really cool. My pair's like 40R, whereas James Stu Courtney, hang on, let's see the size. James Stu Courtney's a 46 long. Huge. Now, also for those wondering, and trust me, I've already asked Joseph, he's keeping 2 pieces. All the other pieces are sold, which whoever got those pieces, that is amazing. Congratulations. Again, guys, this stuff never happens. That's why I wanted to cover it. It's so rare to find pieces like this out in the wild. I don't know if it was a big whoopsie from a crew member and they just thought, well, I'm just going to throw these out. These are just going to sit here. May as well just donate them to a thrift store. Very interesting that it was all the way out in Simi Valley and not in the main part of LA, or they just could have been filming out there. out near there and someone's just found them and said, well, let's just donate them. We don't need them. But I love the fact that it has all the tags on them. It has the handwriting of the costumer from the film, or one of the costumers from the film, but also seeing the mob rules tag on the police jacket. Not only that, the coveralls from the alternate ending that hopefully one day we will get in its entirety in 4K resolution. The fact that it's got the crossbow hit at the back from when Karen gets him and also when Laurie gets him. This is so cool. Joseph, congratulations, my friend. Hold on to those coveralls like there is no tomorrow. That would also make a very cool display with like a mannequin and a damn good H40 replica mask, man. This is so cool. And again, thank you for letting me cover this. It's a good day to be a Myers fan. Like, it's so cool to see stuff like this out in the wild. Even though a few people are going to have access to these now, it's just so cool to see photos like this and see those tags and see up close the details. Even though some of these details didn't make it to screen per se, they had film rolled on them, which is so damn cool. And again, I'm hoping one day we get that alternate ending in its entirety and to see those coveralls up close and properly screen match them. But holy shit, man, that's so cool. I love shit like this. I live for shit like this. Love you guts, and I'll catch you in the next one.